Did you know you get your own card and you can hide it from your husband? Yay!
No, stop telling people to hide things from their husbands. Don't lie to your spouse. Don't get a credit card and hide it from them. Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. I don't know why I'm in such a rush. Today we're going to be looking at a unique, it's a Zoom call, but it's a video, it's a live, that's just what they call it actually, isn't it? They're doing a live. It's a live chat for the Y family, alternatively known as the Yesties, which I didn't know until this video. It's like a mix of corporate identities and regular unique salespeople in this group, and the Younique Corporate account does these lives once a week, once a month, something like that. And this one I just found really interesting because it proves a lot of the worst things about the company. And the worst things about MLM that they do. It's basically big pro recruiting. They call it, what do they call it? Sponsoring. They call it sponsoring. They're talking about sponsoring and how important sponsoring is. Sponsoring is just recruiting, and you actually hear one of them refer to it as recruiting. So I think it's very interesting. I made a few notes the first time I watched through about half of it and made some notes, and I thought we should just look at this together because there's a lot to talk about. A little note. I'm not blurring the faces today. I thought I should probably highlight why my witness protection sort of blurring is seemingly so all over the place. I blur some faces and not others. Basically anyone who I feel like constitutes a public figure and is intentionally putting things into the public sphere so that as many people as possible will look at it. I'm not going to blur their faces. If, you know, somebody with whatever, 200,000 followers or something, I don't feel like we need to hide their identity. Someone who is like small account, who doesn't have that many followers, that might just be like, you know, a mum trying this out, I don't feel like those people deserve to be put into the spotlight if that's not what they want, and we don't know if that's what they want, so I blur out those faces. So Leanne, I'm pointing to my screen as though you can see, used to be a presenter. She used to be a Younique representative. Now she's corporate. She is the vice president of training, global training, I think. She's been in direct sales for like 30 years and she's very proud of it, and the way she speaks it comes across quite fake to me. There's I feel like a sense of falsity, which is kind of the driving force of MLMs. The other woman is God, what the levels in Younique are so hard to follow and so ridiculous. She's a black status level 3 diamond. She's way up there. They talk about it in this video. She's recruited like 800 people and makes a lot of money, and she's a high status whatever. So they're both high up. One of them is actually corporate, one of them is just high up in the pyramid. So we're going to take a look at this and cry because this is what they're teaching the people in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is like, I see so many comments that are like, I really wish we had some more affordable options because I'm finding it hard to try and sell makeup that I couldn't afford myself. Like, there are some people know what's up, and those are the things that corporate don't reply to because they are only positivity. It's literally like, there's nothing else. People being like, I wish we could have samples, like, you know, oh, I did these things and I haven't been sent my rewards. There's all of this stuff, and it's just like, nicey nicey, we're all having a good time, and please look after the people that you're manipulating. Anyway, let's just get into it.
Well, good morning, Yesties, or good afternoon, wherever you may be in this big wide world. Hello to you. And I am so excited.
See what I mean? Like, immediately.
Today. We're going to be talking about sponsoring. But I hope, let me see if you are joining in the comments, tell me about something fun that you have already done in January. Something that has...
What is something fun that I've already done in January? Oh man, I can't think of anything. That's sad, right? I put all my jelly beans into a big pot. I put all my jelly beans into a big pot for when I was playing Harry Potter. That's fun.
Feel great, that's pumped you up, something really positive that's already happened for you in January. I want us to focus on all the good, all the exciting things.
Just the way she talks just doesn't feel genuine to me. I don't know what it is specifically. Maybe I'm being really judgmental. It just feels insincere to me.
and there's a lot of time to focus on some fun.
It feels like,
and I'm here today. I have the...
Do you know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like when I worked in customer service. That's my talking to customers voice. Hi, how are you today? Can I get you anything else with that? That's the when, you know, inside you're like, I hate you and I want to die. I wasn't very good at customer service. That's what that voice sounds like to me. Okay, right.
What you're accomplishing in life and how you're feeling about your life and how you can be better.
She goes off on this weird rant about how age is just a number because it was just one of their birthdays. I'm just going to skip all the introductions because that's not really what we're here for.
You are definitely a rock star. But I want to just remind you all that we are doubling all the rewards and bonuses tied to our Fast Start program. So for our brand new presenters, your PRS and sponsoring YCash during your first 60 days, we're doubling it. The YCash for earning the Fast Start reward, we're doubling it. For everyone else, the YCash credit you receive when you sponsor someone who achieves Fast Start, doubling it. And finally, the cash bonus awarded for your Fast Start first level bonus, yeah, we're doubling that too. So they're doubling it. She's going to make a mistake in a second that they'll correct later because she's accidentally implying that it's just January, but this actually runs through March. So they're incentivizing recruitment by increasing the rewards for recruiting for a few months. There's no other way to look at that. That's what they're doing. They're incentivizing recruitment because recruitment is crucial to making money both for the company and for the representatives that are higher in the pyramid. It's a really simple concept. It's something that lots of multi-level marketing reps pretend isn't a thing, that like, oh, recruiting is just whatever. I don't do it, so it's not, it's not a big deal. Not that many people. Well, the people that are serious about it do. And the people who make money from people being serious about it push it. This is corporate. This is Younique Corporate pushing recruitment and incentivizing recruitment and telling you how important it is. Let's carry on. So I wanna talk sponsoring with our Black Status Level 3 leader. Did you catch that? Black Status Level 3 leader, Marta.
Should I look it up?
She is someone who...
Yeah, I should. Black Status Level 3. Well, black is the top, so there are 3 levels. There are 3 levels of Younique Black Status. That's the very top then? Congratulations.
No introduction. She joined Younique in January of 2014. She liked the mascara, but thought she'd join to get all the...
She joined 2 years in. Younique started in 2012. I know a lot of things about Younique, weirdly off the top of my head. I had never thought about that until just now. That's weird. Younique started in 2012. She got in early, got a lot of recruits under her belt, and now she's at the top of the pyramid. And yet, she is now gonna talk to these impressionable new people who are on the bottom rung of the pyramid and talk to them as though it will be just as easy for them to get to where she is, even though a huge part of that is her getting in so much earlier, right? She's got, what did they say, 2014? What year is it now? 2021. It's 7 years. She got in 7 years earlier than you. Unless you already have a huge built-in following, you are just not going to catch up with that. They're going to talk about it like anyone can do it. They're going to talk about it like she has an amazing life and you could be her. You couldn't. You just couldn't. She has such a huge advantage over you that she will not admit. They won't talk about the fact that that makes it easier. They're just going to act like... They're basically, the way they talk in this video, they act like all you have to do is go viral and become internet famous. And then you can sell, like... We'll come to that when we come to it, but that is basically how they're going. So yeah, she's...
Pigments. This was so fun.
She's way up there.
I'm kidding.
I think that's great. So many people had no idea about the business when they just liked a product. They thought this was going to be what the business would bring for them. And that's your story too, because you had no experience with makeup.
No, I hated it actually. I was like,
And then you hit Black Status in September of that same year.
uh-huh.
Yeah, and Marta, she has sponsored over
They talk about, they're about to say that she sponsored over 800 people, so I'm sorry for cutting that off because that's a big yikes. They talk about the fact that she knew nothing about makeup and didn't like it as a good thing. I understand that the point is to appeal to people and say, you know, you don't have to know about the products to join. You don't have to know anything about cosmetology. You can be anyone and you can do this. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to love makeup and blah, blah, blah. This is probably, random aside, personal thought bubble aside, Younique was my introduction to the MLM world. I didn't know what MLM was. I started making what I thought was a friend. We had some loose connection. It was, I think, a friend of a friend's sister. And she added me on Facebook and was like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to promote my business. And she was genuinely studying to become a hairdresser at the same time as selling Younique products. She ended up cutting me out of her life completely, very abruptly, because I corrected her in her sales group about the products being cruelty-free, because they're not, and they never have been. So that's why I know a lot about Younique. It was kind of my entry into this rabbit hole. It is one of my least favourites, A, because it's hugely popular here. It's always been one of the more popular ones in the UK. B, because, yeah, I fell for the trap. I fell for the that was what got me here and made me fall for the happy-go-lucky post. This person is so positive. They message me personally to check in on me. I feel like, you know, a relationship is forming. And then had that shattered, so there's the personal angle, but also the Younique Foundation and the way they use women who are victims of abuse. I just really have like a special, what's the opposite of a special place in my heart? I have like a special dark corner reserved for Younique. I really don't like it, and it's one of these ones that hugely takes advantage as well of female empowerment and uses that. Back to Marta and all of the people she has roped into her own personal downline.
800 presenters.
800 presenters.
In all the countries that we're in. I mean, hello. For someone who is like, I like this mascara.
I like the pigments.
For someone completely unqualified, what a great job.
The kid, because it had, I think it was like 32 pigments, and they were perfect for scrapbooking.
So Marta, let's really talk about sponsoring. It's a really big deal with a growing business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, it's even more rewarding when you sponsor.
I feel like, here's another aside. I feel like you can tell that Leanne is corporate because she is very good, apart from her happy clappy attitude, she is very good at referring to recruiting as sponsorship. You know, and like all of the little side ways that they avoid using certain terms that have negative connotations and things like that, she follows the script to the letter. She is very good at using the right terms and directing the conversation in the most positive way to avoid any potential negatives and pulling all of but yes, that's amazing because of this and that. And you can tell she has the training, right? Like this is seriously her career rather than she's a presenter who has sort of learned it. I just think that's interesting.
Because we have this fast start double going on in January.
Double.
So you really want to be helping your brand new presenters achieve fast start. It's good for them and it's good for you. So but I've said it before. I think I may have said it on the first. I'm going to say it again. The bonus is really the business. The bonus is in the business. This is a great incentive going on right now that happened to launch in January. But truly, when you believe in the value that this business brings to the lives, like it brought for you, and it can do for your friends, your family, your acquaintances, the people you haven't even met yet, that's the bonus. That's what you should be focused on. That's the intent you should have.
The value of being able to sell really overpriced, low-quality makeup. I just don't understand what this amazing thing that they're giving people is supposed to be, you know? Like, I know we're supposed to talk about the business opportunity as the world's greatest thing, but it's like, really, what are people getting from this? There are people in this group who are now watching this, you know, and commenting live, who are constantly talking about how the products are too expensive. And it's like, this is the value, it's the word value that gets me. The value that you're bringing people is giving them the opportunity to join the business. And it's like, But why? Most people don't get anything from that. Statistically, most people don't get anything from that. Maybe you make a new friend, but then as soon as you say the wrong thing, your friends fucking ban and delete you from everything in the world. I'm still butthurt about that. It was like 6 years ago.
Before you even start a sponsoring conversation, it's the intent to help someone else, right? One of my big pet peeves is saying, I'm going to go get someone now. I'm going to go get a new presenter. No. I don't want anyone to go get me. I want someone to help me. I want someone to have the intent to help me as a person.
To help you what? Get into debt?
It's all about. Everyone thinks January as like, oh, January, I'm going to sponsor in January. No, you want to have this habit that's going to build your business long term. So if I misspoke, I'm sorry, guys. Please.
You want to be recruiting all the time.
Don't just take my word.
That's what she said. She said it in
details about the program.
She said it in corporate speak. But what she said was, you need to be recruiting all year round, because that's at least half of the business.
Okay, so my questions. Okay, number one.
Here we go.
All right, Marta, I'm brand new. I am brand new. How am I supposed to sponsor in a business when I'm just learning it myself? Like, you know, there's got to be a good time for me to get started with recruiting. Like, because right now I just got my kit in the mail. What do you say?
You shouldn't. You probably shouldn't. You should make sure you understand the business. You should make sure you understand and have a good grasp of the financial side of it, the potential risks. You should know exactly what you're getting into before you rope in any family and friends, because it's an investment risk and you've got to understand it before you choose to invite others, because otherwise that's just irresponsible. I am so sure that is exactly what Marta is going to say.
So recruiting, like you said, is a huge piece of this business, right? Like,
yeah, she said recruiting.
Succeed by selling and recruiting. So
we succeed by selling and recruiting.
There's a perk in January. I'm just going to start recruiting in January. This is a daily habit. It has to be part of your routine. Like if you're posting on Facebook, if you're going live, you gotta always bring something to the table related to Younique. So if you're brand new and you're thinking, I don't even know where to start, remember, people join people, they don't join businesses. All you need to say is, listen, I just started this business. I am loving it. I think you would do amazing at it. Together we can figure it out, and just do it. Just join.
Just do it. Just make sure people are as uninformed and naive as they possibly can be. They don't want to know the makeup ingredients. They don't want to know the comp plan, as in the compensation plan, as in the money that you're going to get per product, which is bugger all, if we're being honest. Just do it. It'll be a laugh. Let's invest in real estate. It'll be a laugh. No, that is absolutely the opposite of how you should treat financial investments. I know that we think of it as like an opportunity, and yes, okay, the cheapest kit is $99, right? Is that right? Is it $99? I better look it up so I'm not talking out my ass. So you don't even get the same thing in every starter kit because it depends on what's lying around the warehouse. They've literally said that. Corporate say that in their Facebook group. You're not even guaranteed specific products. Yeah, it is $99. $99 plus sales tax and shipping. At the very minimum, your starter kit, which the products aren't guaranteed, the value isn't guaranteed, you might, it probably won't contain some of the most popular products. So if you wanted to demonstrate those or make samples or whatever, you would need to buy even more. So it's minimum $99. I mean, it's more than minimum $99 because that doesn't include tax and sales. Like maybe to somebody like Marta, $100 isn't very much money, but to other people on her friends list or people she's meeting on Instagram or whatever, that might be quite a lot more to them. It would be a lot more to me. Like $100 would definitely be, I would put that into an investment that I thought I was getting something back, or I knew that was the exact value out of it. It is so irresponsible to be like, just do it. They don't care about that. You don't have to tell them about the financial implications. If you're in any kind of home business, money-making scheme, anything, be informed on at least the financial aspect before you invite other people and tell them the truth of what you know. Don't just put it all down to it will be a laugh, let's figure it out together, because Some things that's fine. I don't really understand what this workout class is, but if we go together, we'll probably have a laugh anyway. Let's invest in this company together. Don't really understand it. Don't know if you'll make any money, but it'll be a laugh. That's not fine. It's not. That's not the way a good friend behaves. I know that because this is being taught by corporate and people at the top of the pyramid, people think that it's fine. I'm not blaming anyone who thinks that that is just a cool way to behave. But the truth is, if you think about it from an individual perspective and not from the perspective of somebody who makes money from you getting people into the company, it's very irresponsible. It is not how to be a good friend. We can carry on now.
I don't know if many of the yesties know this, but for the first half of my career, I was actually in the field and I built a large organization, and I absolutely loved sponsoring people,
recruiting.
And one of the things that
she's so good at that.
You would be so good at this. What's stopping you? Instead of the whole other,
you would be so good at this.
Like,
how the do you know?
So cute, and then
you have a sales degree. Well, that makes sense. Like, no, it's like, hey, you exist. You would be so good at this.
Yes, they're going to reach out to their friends, and their friends are going to say, you know, just like we said,
don't do it. It's a scam. That's what your friends are going to say. I just want to. Oh, God, just kind of get my pillow in the right place. Lumbar support. I want to be supported in the lumbar region. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Just going to say regarding all of their, just be honest about not knowing what you're doing. I mean, yeah, be honest, but know what you're doing. Know what you're doing before you try and hire other people. It would be like you just started a job and then they were like, could you please be part of the hiring process? And you're like, well, I don't even know how the job works yet. They wouldn't give you that job because you you wouldn't do it. It wouldn't happen because it wouldn't make any sense. And I see cosmetologists get annoyed with MLM a lot, but especially Younique, and I completely understand why. Because it's so like, you don't have to know anything, and yet you can sort of fake it and pretend that you know stuff, and it's like, you don't have to know about makeup to be able to recommend makeup and pretend you know what suits people's skin types and all the people that have gone through years of training to become professionals, and then it's like, you don't need to know anything.
Okay, when I first started, I knew nothing about makeup. I bought the Presenta kit and I had to hide it from my husband because I knew he would judge it. I knew he would say, what are you doing buying this thing? You don't even know how to put it on. You're going to use it on scrapbooking. So that was me. I knew nothing about makeup.
Just make expensive purchases and hide them from your spouse. Ha 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 ha.
So you can always talk about, there's always someone in the Younique world that's gone through one of the objections. Someone that had no money. So find one of those examples.
That's my least favorite one. I hate that there is so much shaming in MLM about money, and when people object, first of all, a lot of the time people are like, I'm sorry, I've got no money. Partly, probably they don't have the money, but also, I just want you to leave me alone for a bit and I'll decide on my own if I want to. Just stop harassing me. And these posts go around all the time that are like, you spend this much at Walmart, but you can't invest this in yourself. Oh, not everyone has the same financial situation as you. And they do this with things like chronic illness as well, where they're like, oh, we'll just find the person in the company that has the appropriate story and say, well, they did it, so you don't have any excuses. That's what it is. And it's like, everyone deals with everything differently. Maybe somebody got out a credit card and now they're doing really well with Younique. That doesn't mean that it's good advice for the person you're trying to rope in now. That would be terrible financial advice, but because it's relatable, you could use it. Don't shame people. Don't argue with people who say that they don't have the money. I hate this, like, no excuses thing. Like, any objections, we can tackle them. It's like, if they say no, they don't want to do it. My advice is very counter to Marta's, it seems.
And then if, let's say someone says, well, I had no money when I first started. There's plenty of Black presenters who didn't have the money when they started. Find those stories.
Don't.
And share those stories.
Don't.
That will help you overcome those objections.
No, it's applying pressure. It's insensitive and it's rude. Don't do it.
How much do you think it takes to do a business? Because people
How
have
much?
a perception of what
How much time does it take to do a business? I surely don't know. How much time does it take to do a business?
we do and how we do it and about this business. And it's not always an accurate perception. And a lot of times time is relative to the person, right? They think, oh, they see me being successful and they think, oh, but you do this full time. Or, they don't understand how the time is flexible. Right. So I always, when someone says, I don't have time for that, I'm like, oh, how much time do you think it takes?
Right. Hey, you know what? You just made me think of something. It might be a little bit off topic. Well, it is recruiting related, which is good.
So before Marta spins us wildly into the stratosphere of something off topic, I just want to say that this whole time thing that they're talking about, this is a really common tactic wherein the business is sold as a side job. It's sold as a part-time gig, it's sold as flexible hours. But then once you are in the company, I mean, go and watch my interview with Nat, who is in Juice Plus. Go and watch the review of the Beachbody Zoom call did. Fuck me, I can't speak anymore. Go and watch the Beachbody video that I did reacting to their Zoom call, because they prove, MLMs prove time and time again, that once you're actually in, you have to put in the hours. And there's all of these people putting pressure on you and telling you that if you don't really focus on your business, then you're going to fail. Because honestly, that's the reality of it. They're not lying to you. At that point, you have to put in full-time hours really to be able to have any kind of success. That's why there's people sharing photos of how they're so thrilled to be able to work while their children are in hospital or while they're on holiday. And it's like, that is so not a side hustle. Those aren't part-time hours. That's not completely flexible income. Once you're high up in the pyramid, your downline are essentially making money for you, then yeah, the hours are probably flexible. But everyone at the top who flexes on that talks about how hard they had to work at the beginning and how hard they had to grind and they had to keep going and cut people out of their lives and work 23 hours a day. And according to this Younique group, there was just a post about how you're supposed to post 4 times a day. You're supposed to post different things in the morning, at lunchtime, in the afternoon, and then in the evening. And it's like, we're already advising way more hours than we're clearly like trying to mislead people into. So it's like, get people to join, get people involved by basically just saying, oh, how many hours free do you have? Oh, well, that's how long it takes. That's how much you can put into it. And then once they're in, all the videos, the live calls, the uplines will be telling them that actually they're not doing enough and that's why they're not succeeding. It's all smoke and mirrors.
It doesn't sound as much as a job. It sounds more like as something you enjoy doing and you get paid doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do enjoy my job.
Right. We could like it.
Because my job is something I enjoy and get paid doing. Where's this like... MLM isn't the only way to have your job be something you enjoy. I have what the MLMs paint as like the worst thing in life that you have to get out of. I have like a regular hours Monday to Friday job, and sometimes I do overtime and I love it. I do enjoy doing my job. I have way more fun doing my job than I have on social media, because social media can stress me out. You can enjoy what you do. People start their own legitimate businesses, freelance doing things they love. You can have a flexible job or work from home doing something that isn't MLM and enjoy that. Or you could have an office job, you can have a 9 to 5 and you can love that. There's so many more options than like job you hate, MLM.
So I would recruit everyone. If I went to dinner with Luke, I mean, he would even complain. He'd be like, are we going to go to dinner today or are we going to go recruit the waitresses? Because I would try to recruit everybody.
Oh God, it sounds like a nightmare. Oh, imagine going out with your wife and she like starts trying to recruit the waitress and like every delivery person that comes to the door.
Do different things, like attract people because you're making, I don't know, I made some bread the other day and I shared it on a baking group. And sure enough, the baking ladies came to the video and then they started to follow me. They got to know me. And knowing me means knowing I'm also part of Younique. So try to share more things on your lives besides check out my mascara and check out my new presenter just hit Black Side. Like, no, like there's so much more in your life besides Younique. So make it a lifestyle.
I feel like most of the advice regarding joining groups and going live and stuff is basically like become viral, like become an internet sensation. All you have to do is become internet famous and then people will follow your page and see that you sell Younique and delete
5 people from your Facebook they're not engaging at all, that are not posting on social media. That's killing your algorithm. So clean up that. So 5, delete 5 and add 5. So adding 5, like we said earlier, start thinking. I want
delete 5 friends on Facebook who aren't buying your product and replace them with 5 strangers. Did I hear that right? That's what that was, right? It's better than the Juice Plus upline who said to add 200 people a day. It's at least a lot better than that. But it's yeah.
If you don't have success yet, share success from your uplines, from your side sisters. That will build up your credibility in the meantime. Also, adding value, it goes back to the same thing we said earlier. Whenever you're...
If you haven't done anything yet, so just keep copy-pasting those 3 profiles that you've been given to look at of the people who are really successful. And keep using that to con other people into thinking that that success is normal.
So it is kind of your storefront. And that's why you don't want to have in there like no politics, nothing that anything that's controversial, you want to base it. But that doesn't mean you have to be all like...
Nothing that matters. Make sure you don't talk about anything that matters. Pander to the right-wing audience too, because then you make more money.
Try to think of an unboxing. It could be as simple as showing what's in the presenter kit. It can be a demo of one of the products. Don't look at every video that I'm gonna be telling you. All these 7, I'm gonna tell you 7, one for each day.
So this thing we were saying about you should start off slow. You should start off learning the business part-time, not making it like a full-time gig. Also, you should do a video every single day, every day of the week, that relies on you showing off different products every time, which means that you have to buy more products to show. Does that sound like really bad advice and contradictory to the part-time hours that they were talking about earlier? Does to me.
Success stories. There is gazillion success stories. You can look on, we could actually start like a hashtag success story.
There's not a gazillion success stories. There's like 4% of people's stories from this company are success stories. There's not a gazillion success stories, although the scheme would fall apart.
I post a good picture of me like, yay! Or hiding from my husband shopping, yay! And that's, did you know you get paid after 3 hours? Or you get your own card. Did you know you get your own card and you can hide it from your husband? Yay!
No, stop telling people to hide things from their husbands. Don't lie to your spouse. Don't get a credit card and hide it from them. And don't buy expensive makeup kits to start a business and hide that from them. Don't do that.
And you can always contact them. Just in a simple message like, did you see that? Did you check out my store? I saw you saw it. I saw your eye in there. Just simple.
I know you were watching. I saw you watching my story. Everybody loves those messages. Everybody loves getting the messages that are like, I know you were watching, so you're in? Yeah, you're in. I know you're in.
You just posted a picture. People want to buy. Do you want them to buy from me and I'll make the cheap? Or you want to sign up and they'll order from you? And what you also did is you created credibility of your product. What you can do then is take a snapshot of that and post it on your stories. Okay, so that's your third-party validation. It can come from a customer. It can come from a side sister. We are customers. So you can perfectly use a picture of mine saying, look, Marta loves her 4D mascara. Yes.
Yes. Yes, Marta. She's really, this video is a gift from Younique Corporate, where they just they're admitting how massively important recruitment is, that you should do it all year, that you should do it every day, that it's something that you should really focus on. And now they're talking about how they are the customers, which is so true. You join because you're sold a business to buy, but the reality is that you're mostly, most of the sales are from you and your fellow business builders. You are the customers. Thank you, Marta. This has been glorious.
You need to connect with that person. If you don't connect, they won't relate, they won't join.
And that is why I thought I was making a friend who was in reality trying to sell me a business kit and get me to be in her downline and then remove me from her life completely. They don't really tell you the flip side of how that affects people and how that hurts people's feelings. I just want to throw that out there because that's the other side of this. The making connections, the making people like you. When you're doing it as part of a job, you're doing it as part of a job. It's just something you've got to do. You've got scripts for it. They're always providing scripts. We know that for a fact. You're not as invested in the relationship as the other person is. If the other person doesn't know, they think you're genuinely interested in their lives, when they eventually realise, because they will realise that they're literally a cash cow to you, when they realise that you're only talking to them for the potential of making sales using their audience or getting them to join your downline, that's going to hurt their feelings. And I don't think the Y Huns, what are they called? The Y sisters. I don't think the Y sisters, the Y crew, are doing it intentionally. I don't think the girl who hurt my feelings meant to hurt my feelings. I think she genuinely felt her business was threatened, and that because I hadn't bought anything from her, I wasn't valuable to her, because that's the learning. She didn't see it as a burgeoning friendship because she reached out to me for money, for business building. But when you're doing that by forging connections and trying to get people to relate to you, you have to think that then their feelings are on the line, and you have to consider them, because otherwise it's just cruel.
Watch people start to look to you and trust you, not only for product, but also for business advice. So, all right. I think that's it.
I think that's enough. Yeah. Look to people to trust you for business advice. And yet, at the start of this, we were talking about how you should be honest with people that you don't know what you're doing. This is advice for the same person. You don't know what you're doing, you're unqualified, but you want people to trust you for business advice. You're supposed to get people to relate to you, you're supposed to really engage with people and make connections, but you also have to delete 5 people a day if they aren't engaging on your business posts. It's just, there's so much is contradictory, so much is just, I do feel like it's cruel. There's just a real lack of empathy. There's such a lack of consideration for people's feelings. There's no regard for people saying no. It's like people either say yes, or they have excuses, or they're haters. I would guess that would be the third category, would be people like me who are sipping the haterade. God, I so badly want to make a mug that says sipping the haterade. That's everything from me on the subject. I feel like, honestly, the live video kind of speaks for itself. Recruiting is everything. Lie to your spouse. Tell people it's a part-time job, but then do these things every single day. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do like it, share it if you found it interesting, because maybe somebody else will. Subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss the next one. You can also subscribe to my gaming channel, Little Duck Gaming, if you would like to see and hear more of me. I seem to have lots of new American friends who enjoy my accent, which is kind of... thanks. I grew it myself. So yeah, check me out there. Check me out on my socials. They're all in the description if you aren't sick to death of me already. My hair is trying to end it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.